Once again, I welcome on the class of Geotechnical Engineering. So I hope you all are safe and doing well. So in the last class, we have seen that the application of flow net and various application we have seen, like compute the seepage discharge and to compute the exit gradient and to compute the seepage pressure at different points. So today I will discuss the seepage through the anisotropic soil, and after that flow through the non-homogeneous section. So today I will discuss the flow through the anisotropic soil. So anisotropic in terms of permeability, so the permeability in each direction will not same. So we have, in the previous discussion we have seen that the Laplace equation. So for an isotropic soil, for isotropic soil in two dimension, we have seen the Laplace equation that is del 2h by, if I consider the axis x and z, so del 2h by del x square plus del 2h by del z square is equal to 0. But here the if you have seen the derivation, so we have equated the kx and kz, but here our soil is anisotropic. So for anisotropic soil, if I write the Laplace equation in two dimension, so Laplace equation for two dimension, so it will be kx into del 2h by del x square plus kz into del 2h by del z square is equal to 0, where kx is the horizontal permeability and kz is the vertical permeability in z direction. So we can write, because here this is not the Laplace this is not the form of Laplace equation. So we have seen that the Laplace equation solution of the Laplace equation will give two set of curves. The one set of curve is flow line, other set of curve equipotential line. So here flow line and equipotential line will not be we have seen that this flow line and equipotential line orthogonal to each other, but in this in case of anisotropic soil, flow line, there is a chances that flow line and equipotential line will not be orthogonal to each other. So we have to replace this value. So there is a replacement. We can write kx into del 2h by del x square plus kz into del 2h by del z square is equal to 0, or we can write del 2h divided by kz by kx into del x square plus del 2h by del z square is equal to 0. If I if I put the, let us assume xt is equal to x square root of kz by kx, because this is not the form of Laplace equation. So if I solve this equation, so this will give the flow line and equipotential line will not be orthogonal to each other. So we have to replace certain value. So I have replaced xt is equal to x into kz by kx. So now the Laplace equation I am going to write in xt and z axis. So if I multiply, so this is xt square is x square, we can write kz by kx, or we can write del xt square is equal to del x square kz by kx. So if I replace this value del x square kz by kx, so it will be so put the value of del x square kz by kz in equation number first. So if I replace the value, so it will be del 2h by del xt square plus del 2h by del z square is 0. So now we can see that this is the form of Laplace equation. So this is the equation of flow line, Laplace equation in in the plane XTZ, where so the new flow line and equipotential line are drawn on the transformed section, in which x distance is changed to x into a square root of kz by kx, while the vertical dimension will be constant. So here I have written this: thus new flow line and equipotential line are drawn on transformed section with x distance changes to x into a square root of kz by kx, while keeping the vertical dimension constant. So if the flow in x direction, so if I make the section, so this is the section, natural section, in which vertical dimension is constant. Let us assume this is b, so it will be b into a square root of kx by kz, and the permeability in x direction is kx, and in z direction it is kz. Similarly, if I draw the transformed section, so the transformed section, this is the transformed section, vertical dimension will have the value b, and horizontal dimension is also b, and the permeability is k dash and k dash. So what is the value of k dash? So if I write the discharge equation in x direction, so delta q can be written as kx into delta h, so kx into I, so I can be written as delta h divided by length, so length is b into a square root of, here we can see that b into kx by kz, so b into kx by kz into b into area, so it will be delta q is equal to kx into kz square root into delta h. Let nd be the total equipotential drop, so we can write delta h is equal to h by nd. Put the value of delta q in equation 1, so it will be delta q is equal to a square root of kx into kz, delta h is equal to h by nd. This is equation number 2. Let nf be the total flow channel, so q is equal to delta q into nf. So q is equal to delta q is, we can see that a square root of kx kz, so it will be a square root of kx into kz into h by nd into nf. So we can write q is equal to k dash into h into nf by nd. So this is the discharge in the anisotropic soil, where k dash is equal to a square root of kx into kz. Now I am going to discuss the flow through non-homogeneous section. So when the permeability is not constant and it will changes from one section to another section, then what is the relation between the coefficient of permeability? So if the permeability of soil changes along the flow path, the flow lines are deflected at the junction point of the two soil masses. And in the figure we can see that here is the figure. Let us assume this is the first section and this is the second. So the permeability is K1 and K2, and it is this is the interface between K1 and K2. So now it is deflected. So here I have written that figure shows that the flow line, these are the flow lines. If I write, so this is the flow lines, these are the flow lines, and this is the flow lines, and this is the equipotential line. So here figure shows that the flow line entering and leaving the interface of two soil masses of the permeability K1 K2. Line AC and BD are equipotential line. The head loss over the AC and BD would be the same. So here we have already told that AC and BD will be the equipotential line. So if the coefficient of permeability K1 is greater than K2, then alpha 1 is the angle between the normal line and the flow line in the interface 1 and interface 2. So sorry, in layer 1 and layer 2. So if alpha 1 is greater than alpha 2, then K1 greater than K2, and the this interface this line flow line will be deflected towards the normal line. Similarly, if K2 is greater than K1, then this line will deflected away from this normal line. So here I have written that if K1 greater than K2, then alpha 1 greater than alpha 2, and flow line gets deflected towards the normal after the interface. And if K1 is less than K2, then alpha 1 is less than alpha 2, and flow line gets deflected away from the normal after the interface. So we can write the discharge. Let us assume that delta Q be the discharge in layer 1. So if I write the discharge, so here we can see that in the figure, let us assume this is alpha 1, so this angle will also be alpha 1, this is also alpha 1, and similarly this angle is alpha 2, because this is 90, this is 90 alpha 1, so this will be 90 plus alpha 1, so this is 90 minus alpha 1, and this angle, as I told you, this is the flow line and this is equipotential line, so this it will cut at the 90 degree, this is also 90 degree. So we can see that this angle is alpha 1 and this angle is alpha 2. So we can write delta q is equal to K1 into the change in head is delta H. So I can be written as delta H divided by length. So length is, we can write this is AB along the flow. So length is AB. So if I write delta H by AB into perpendicular area. So perpendicular area is AC into 1. So if I write this is AC into 1. Similarly in interface 2 we can write, or in layer 2 it will be K2 into delta H divided by delta H by CD. So delta H by CD into perpendicular area. So perpendicular area we can write BD into 1. So it will be BD into 1. So according to continuity equation, this discharge will be same. So if I write K1 into delta H by AB into AC is equal to K2 into delta H by CD into BD. So if I write K1 by K2, K1 by K2 is equal to, so it will be K1 by K2 is equal to AD into BD, AB into BD. So it will be AB into BD divided by AB into BD divided by AC into CD, AC into CD. So let us assume this is equation 1, 3. So in triangle ACB we can write tan alpha 1 is equal to AB by AC. So in triangle ABC, in triangle ABC, tan alpha 1 is equal to AB by AC. Tan alpha 1 is equal to AB by AC. Similarly in triangle BCD, in triangle BCD, we can write tan alpha 2 is equal to CD by BD, CD by BD. So replace the value of ABAC and CDBD. So tan alpha 1 we can write AB by AC. So this is tan alpha 1. So if I write the equation from equation 3, so K1 by K2 is equal to AB by AC divided by, if I write, so it will be AB by AC divided by CD by BD, CD by BD. So we can write K1 by K2 is equal to tan alpha 1 divided by tan alpha 2. So here the K1 is the coefficient of permeability of soil 1 and K2 is the coefficient of permeability of soil 2. Similarly, alpha 1 and alpha 2. So if I see the alpha 1 and alpha 2, so alpha 1 is the angle between the flow line and the normal line in soil first, and alpha 2 is the angle made by the flow line and this normal line for soil layer 2. So if the value of K1 is greater than K2, so we can see that here we can see that the soil layer 2, the flow line in soil layer 2 will be deflected towards the normal line, and if the K1 is less than K2, then alpha 1 is less than alpha 2. So in this case, in soil layer 2, the flow line will be deflected away from the normal line. So here is the expression for the flow through the non-homogeneous section, means the coefficient of permeability will be different. So the ratio of K1 by K2 is equal to tan alpha 1 by tan alpha 2. Here we can see that. So let us take the problem based on this section. So the figure below shows the two flow lines. So this is the flow lines here. This is the flow lines and flow line, and perpendicular to this is the equipotential line. So the figure below shows two flow lines for seepage across the interface between two soil media of different coefficient of permeability. If entrance angle alpha 1 is 30 degree, then exit angle alpha 2 will be. So here we can see that alpha 1 is the angle between the flow line and the normal line, and similarly alpha 2 is the also the angle between the flow line and the normal line in soil layer 2, and this is the interface between K1 and K2. So K1 is given 1 into 10 to the power minus 7 and K2 is 4 into 10 to the power minus 7. So here we can see that the K1 is less than K2 or K2 is greater than K1, means alpha 2 will be greater than alpha 1. And similarly the flow line, this line will be deflected away from this normal line. So here we can see that that's why this alpha 2 is greater than alpha 1. So if I check the option, so the alpha 1 is 30 degree, means alpha 2 is greater than alpha 2, because coefficient of permeability 2 is coefficient of permeability of soil 2 is greater than coefficient of permeability 1, means alpha 2 will be greater than alpha 1. So if I eliminate the option, so alpha 2 must be greater than 30 degree. So option A and option B will be wrong. So it might be 66.59 or 75.96. So we have the relation that K1 by K2 is equal to tan alpha 1 by tan alpha 2. So K1 is 1 into 10 to the power minus 7 divided by 4 into 10 to the power minus 7 is equal to tan 30 divided by tan alpha 2. So if I solve tan alpha 2, so alpha 2 is equal to tan 30 into 4 into tan 30, so it will be 4 by root 3, tan inverse 4 by root 3, so it will be 66.59 degrees. So as I told you that coefficient of permeability is K2 is greater than K1, so alpha 2 must be greater than alpha 1. Let us take the another question. So an anisotropic soil deposit has coefficient of permeability in vertical and horizontal direction as Kz and Kx respectively. So for constructing a flow net, the horizontal dimension of the problem geometry is transformed by multiplying a factor of. So for anisotropic soil in x and z direction, we have seen that the Laplace equation is Kx into del 2h by del x square plus Kz into del 2h by del z square is equal to 0. Or if I write this del 2h by Kz by Kx into del x square plus del 2h by del z square is equal to 0. So here I have written x2 is equal to x square root of Kz by Kx. So I am replacing by a factor square root of Kz by Kx, then it will be turns to del 2h by del xt square plus del 2h by del z square is equal to 0. So this is the form of Laplace equation, and the solution of this Laplace equation in plane xtz, that the flow line and equipotential line will be orthogonal to each other, and here I have taken the replacement, that is xt is equal to x square root of kz by kx. So multiplying a factor of square root of kz by kx. So this is the option A is correct.